is the Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
How good is that?
Hello, welcome to the Friday podcast. Today we're talking about one of the worst people going around. Look, it's giving up an organ from your body. If you've done this before, I mean, if you're going to get paid very well, why wouldn't you give up, say, a kidney? Do you really need it? All right, this is the conversation that we're having in the podcast.
This is the Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Liar, jelly roll. I love that voice. How good is that? Penrith, it's going to be hot, guys. 35 degrees. Little cooler in Terry Hills, 29.
Guys, cruise ships. You're either into them or you're not. I understand that. Some people just... Yeah, great. Well done, Jess. I mean, when you think about sailing, you get Rod Stewart with his top off on a yacht and you film the film clip. You can't get better than that.
Would you choose this song, or would you choose Cool Change by Glenn Shorrock or Sailing by the Great Christopher Cross? I'm just saying.
What about
options,
Michael? We've gone with Rod Stewart.
What about Michael rowed the boat ashore? If we've got a nautical theme running.
No one would ever suggest that.
Michael could row the boat. He could do everything.
No, but
he's
not,
awesome.
not for that sort of thing.
No, you're dead right. Sorry about that.
Mario Salcido. He's Cuban-born and he loves cruise ships. So much so that he has been on cruise ships for the past 25 years. And you know, we were talking about how much you love your job, and if you find a job that you love, you never work a day in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He sets up cruise ships, holidays for families, but he works from cruise ships.
Oh.
So he's on his computer. He says, I work 5 hours a day on my computer.
Yep.
I organise cruise ship holidays for families, and the cruise ship companies look after me, and I've been on there for 25 years. Salcido, who is nicknamed Super Mario in the cruise circles, recently did his 1,000th voyage. The thing is, though, the unfortunate thing for Mario, he's been cruise shipping for 25 years, guys. The thing is, his legs will never be the same. His legs are broken.
Walking around on broken legs.
What do you...
Well, I can't get you out of my head.
What
What do you mean his legs are broken?
He's so used to being on ships that it feels more comfortable to me than being on land. So when he goes on land, he can't walk properly.
I can't feel my legs.
He's been on ships for 25 years. His legs don't work properly on land.
True, or is that
Absolute
just
rubbish.
something he's telling his wife, who is saying, "You got to come home, Mario"?
I can't walk on the land anymore, darling.
Yeah.
I can't come home.
Come on, you can
The first
walk.
adjustment is the constant motion. The body adapts to the ship's movement over time, but that doesn't always mean in a good way. So when he hits land, his legs just
goes a
give
shonk.
way, and he
Mate,
looks like he's drunk.
He hasn't been at the
Mario.
International Space Station for 100 days. He's okay. Just get off the boat, Mario. It's been 25 years.
I tell you what, speaking of the Disney cruise, I've done one of them, and I would easily take the Mario vow of staying off land if I could just have another 5 minutes with that never-ending, non-stop, free soft serve machine.
Really?
There is one on board, and that is all I would need for a lifetime of happiness.
Lie me under it and open my mouth.
Correct.
Okay, mate. No worries, Mario. Super Mario over here. The old sea legs and the sea mouth of Michael Whipfler.
This is the Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast. Chrissy's clickbait.
Have you ever wondered why Ariana Grande speaks like this?
Yeah, I have wondered that. I thought she was maybe really shy.
Well, that's just always been her voice, hasn't she? When she worked on Disney.
I'm Ariana Grande.
No, she...
Hello.
Oh, that's like
That was pretty good.
DEFCON 10 creepy.
It's like, hi, I'm Elmo. She's a bit Elmo.
It's more like Chucky from Child's Play.
Yeah, it is.
I don't do that.
Hey, I'm Chucky. Want to play?
Yeah. Oh, that was
Hi, I'm Ariana. Want to play?
Well, apparently Ariana pitches her voice on purpose
Oh.
to try and save her voice.
If I have a long day of press or if I have to sing, I'll place it a little higher. So I'll change my vocal placement to kind of preserve. That is just kind of something that's healthy for the voice and whatever. But it's just a normal thing for vocalists.
Wow.
But people are like, that's not her natural voice. And I'm like, well, it is actually, but it's just a little higher.
Do you know who else I've noticed has a completely different voice from, like, even within the one conversation is Paris Hilton.
Does she?
Yeah, you can see very clearly, like, if you're watching a video and she's being sort of sweet with someone, she has that Paris Hilton voice that you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when she's talking normally, about something serious, she sounds like me. Like, it's quite a normal pitched voice. Yeah. It's interesting, isn't it?
Really?
Very
A
interesting.
little bit like Mike Tyson's voice. If he's scared of himself. If you've got that in the system, Jess, I struggled to get my head around how a man like that can speak the way he does.
It's
doesn't
so
suit-
high as well.
Yeah.
Doesn't suit the body, does it?
No.
Well, it's like those huge, Kiwi guys. They're massive. The rugby, the union players and stuff like that, they're the same. They work in security. Hello, brother.
This is Mike Tyson talking about who he's scared of.
I hate that guy. I'm scared of him.
He's talking about himself. I hate that guy. I'm scared of him. I'm scared of
He
him.
sounds like the Cowardly Lion from The Wizard of Oz. Let's move on to sad news for Lily Allen and David Harbour. I mean, nobody really knows who David Harbour is. People probably don't remember Lily Allen. Stranger Things, that's right.
Things, yeah, actor, yeah.
I saw them in real life.
Yeah.
It
Where?
sounds very fancy, but remember I worked on the Nova breakfast show in Melbourne a few years ago with Jonathan Brown, and he ran a marathon in New York City.
Yep.
And we were so lucky. We went over there to support him during that run. And so we were in New York City for a week. It was unbelievable.
Oh, God.
And we went out for dinner, and then on the way out of the restaurant, Lily Allen and David Harbour were walking in. And you know what? They must have only been freshly married because they have just split up.
Oh,
after
no.
4 years. I know. Very, very sad. But it's a good opportunity to remember the genius of Lily Allen. God, she's got some absolute bangers.
Oh, can we play a bit of Lily Allen this morning, Tommy?
Yeah,
Maybe
absolutely.
Smile?
Yeah, love that.
Smile was a great song.
Don't mess with the playlist though here at Nova. It's pretty. There's a science behind it.
What
and
about
stuff.
If You?
Going about
You
now.
punishable by firing squad if you have a little fiddle.
Try it, Tom.
Oh, tell me about it.
You know.
Tommy got caught fiddling with it the other day.
He nearly lost his job.
Are we still talking about the playlist?
It was a brainstorming session, which was weird.
I mean, we are disgusting. We're going to be taken off air in a minute.
Oh, you
Let's
can
get
only
Tommy,
hope.
get us out of here.
Yeah.
This is the Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Hey guys, got a entry for the worst human that's ever lived. One of those entries.
Don't say that about yourself, mate.
No,
We
it's not
love
me.
you here, and
No, it's certainly not me. I haven't filled in the form.
Bloke ever.
It's actually worse.
we love you, mate. You have your pros
Thanks,
and cons,
mate.
but we love you.
There's some ups and downs, but at the end of the day, I'm here. And anyway, this girl, this woman, she's married to the man, and they don't have a lot of money. But she's so focused on her daughter's education, she has said to him, "Why don't you sell one of your kidneys? You know, we don't have a lot. Our life is nearly over, but we have a daughter who could excel and start a new life if we had the money for her to be educated."
Well, this is a huge industry, isn't it?
Body
I
parts, yes.
first heard about this on Squid Games.
I do.
Well, it must be real. I thought it was always an urban myth sort of
Oh,
situation.
no. The body organ trade is roaring.
Who on earth
Yeah.
would do that?
Kidneys.
Can you give us a heads up if you donate a kidney? What happens to your body then?
No, you just carry
where
on,
are
don't
you
you?
deficient in? Yeah, are you like? Does it affect you when you consume alcohol and stuff like that?
Well, Tommy, that's your
No,
liver.
isn't that a liver
Yeah,
situation?
your liver
liver.
is like a filter for the body. Tommy is our resident nurse. Tommy, what happens with your kidneys? You've got two of them.
Yeah, you can. Most people can live a full, healthy life with one kidney, which is amazing. But you might get some high blood pressure,
Oh, yeah.
and reduced kidney function because it's all,
Well, of course, Tom.
all going onto the one.
You can get
Thanks,
can't you
Doctor.
get a pig's kidney put in these days?
Yeah, we'll do that for you after 9.
I'm
this
fine.
morning.
He's already got two of those.
Come on, pig.
Squealing
Hey,
Whip
pigs
for
are
you.
good for spare parts.
Yeah,
You
they
get
are. They are.
Pig
That's the
valves,
old
everything. I'm
deliverance.
getting one of those little curly tails added to the back of my
Oh,
spine.
that's going to look so cute on you.
So cute. I'm going to get little holes cut out of all my pants.
Oh, I'd
Can
love
I-
to watch that. It could carry a
Does
bag
it-
on it.
How much do you get for a kidney these days?
It's $20,000.
for anyone listening.
$20,000 is sort of
That's
the
a lot.
kidney rate. So for a family that has nothing and wanting their daughter to excel in life and have a proper education, he said, do you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to sell my kidney for the $20,000, right? So you're thinking, where's the terrible part of this story? I understand that these guys are doing it tough. The saddest part is the money came through. The wife, on seeing the money come through, took the $20,000 and ran off with her boyfriend that she'd had on the side for the past 2 years to start another life.
Oh, so he lost a kidney and the love of his life.
And the daughter goes on to achieve nothing. Now, is that the worst human on the planet?
That is diabolical. That poor man.
Do you know what? He passed out because of the operation and was eaten by a pig. Look, I extend
What?
it. Yeah, you've got to be
That is
kidding me.
ridiculous.
Oh my God, and I was going to invite him to backyard cricket to try and cheer him up.
You can win your place in the team and a kidney if you need one at our backyard cricket.
The saddest story.
I'm so
Wippa.
sorry, especially on a Friday.
The Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
This is exciting. This Sunday, massive Sydney's Kudos Bank Arena. It's UFC 312.
Here we go.
Dricus du Plessis versus Sean Strickland. This is their second fight. Usually we don't get a man in who has defeated so many Aussies in the octagon, but we have to today. Dricus, welcome to the show.
Hello, buddy. As you stand here Friday morning, you're fighting on Sunday. What do you do? Where's your head at? Where's your headspace?
Yeah, I think, I've been doing this for a long time and it's always the same. The nerves, everything. Fight week keeps you busy.
Yep.
First order of business is making that weight on Friday. It's the least fun part of this game.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's the worst.
Just the way in.
Just making that weight. And after that, getting in the octagon, nerve-wracking, but that's the fun part. That's why we do this. That's why you go through that weight cut. But training, doing what needs to be done. Yeah. I've done this many times. Get ready, and when fight day rolls around, that's when everything starts.
Without a doubt, you guys are the ultimate athletes. The amount of training and the amount of hard work, Dricus, that you put in. I've heard this before, that you train so hard that you actually look forward to fighting because they're actually a little bit easier for you. Is that the way that you see it?
Absolutely.
Yes.
If you look at my sparring sessions, there has never been a fight, and I've been in some wars that come close to those sparring sessions.
Is that right?
Yeah. Everybody has a different philosophy around this. And you have to be smart around it. You can't just go every day and bash each other.
Yes.
Your body won't last. And
in
the older days, that's how they did it. So there's a lot of science behind it. But I believe a lot of people make the mistake where they go too scientific within too much systems and too much this and that.
Sure.
At the end of the day, this is a fight. You can have all the system in the world. We're going to punch each other in the face, and it's a fight at the end of the day. And you have to be ready for that. When I hit you with an elbow straight in the face, you have to know what that feels like. And if you don't, you're going to find out in there.
Well,
and you don't want that shock. You don't want that shock. So when I train, every now and again,
next to you. Do you want to give him an elbow?
No. This is just a friendly interview. I'm a big supporter. I admire your work. You're a beautiful man. I'll hug you till you drop to the ground. When you step into the ring, because this is what I'm fascinated by. In my mind, if I'm in a fight like that, and I think everybody watching and why everyone is so obsessed with this sport and why it's so big on a global scale, is people can't imagine doing what you do.
Yeah.
Right? So I could never imagine myself in the octagon. But if I did, I'm thinking to myself, I don't want to get hit. So that's what you're doing as a viewer. But when you're in there, you've got so much going on. You're thinking, I've done the training, so I'm all right. I don't know what I'm doing. You're then thinking, is that guy changing tactic and do I need to react? Or where's your head at?
Yeah.
Like what does a fight plan look like for you?
That's a very, very intelligent and great question.
Great question, Whip.
People don't always understand the fact that when you're in there, it's chaos. Yeah. It's chaos. Yeah. All those things that you just said, they are true. Because it's constant, I'm doing something, I'm attacking, my opponent needs to react. He's doing something, I need to react. So it's a very violent, very fast-paced chess match. Every move, I get ahead of you, and you don't react in the correct way. I'm getting more ahead. And when I'm 2-3 moves ahead, that's when you're in trouble. When I've landed 3-4 punches and you've not been able to either block them or counter them, that's where I'm starting to make ground. Then sometimes things don't go your way. You know, for a whole round, everything you throw is not working. And then you have to go back to your corner. You have a game plan that you follow. And you have to change that whole game plan that you've been training for 10 weeks and go. And this has happened to me many times, Coach. This is not working.
This is not working.
I actually went to the corner once and said to my coach, this is not working. Our game plan we had a terrible idea. And he said, no, I can see that. So within that 1 minute where you're trying to catch your breath, you need to you calculate a completely different game plan.
Oh, my God.
And that's what it's about. It's about who can adapt in that fight.
Let's say you're in a fight and you're both on your feet and punches are being exchanged. What's more exhausting? Is it that or when you're grappling on the ground?
Oh, no.
The grapple?
The grappling by far. You know, taking somebody down in a fight, you know, trying to wrestle, the wrestling is even worse than the grappling.
Because you're using every muscle in your body, is that why?
So you are trying to pick somebody similar to your weight up. He's trying everything not to let you pick him up, trying to get him to the floor, and it's an explosion. He's using all of his power versus all of your power.
Fascinating.
Yes.
And that is, you know, when you're in the striking exchanges, kicking, punching, you're breathing, you're waiting, throwing something, breathing, waiting, throwing something, blocking. Whereas with wrestling, for the time being where you are engaged, it's full power, 100%. Because as soon as you let off the gas, he's either going to defend you or take you down, whichever you are doing.
I was going to say, you were just talking about your coach before. Can you tell us, over the years, discipline and growing up and getting into the octagon, I mean, it must be quite tough, but we've heard about some of the discipline that your coach had for you growing up. Was there a cattle prod involved with you at all?
Yeah, 100%. It's still there. I get it's part of the training regime. Every day when coach walks into the gym, he has his cattle prod there, and you get a warning, maybe 2, depending on how new the move is or how new your mistake is. Let's say, for example, your hands aren't high enough, you're dragging your feet. Small mistake. And he goes, this is everybody's last warning. So me being world champion and being in fight camp, his eyes are set on me, and I'm always like, just look at the other guys for a while, because it's all the attention is on me the whole time. And when that mistake comes, he goes, all right, on your stomach, and then you get shocked.
What is
That
that?
is the
Yeah, but
worst.
see,
It's
you're
the
the
worst.
wagyu, you're the cattle, you're the number one,
Beautiful
you're
beef.
the meat that we all
but
want.
I mean, it's not limited to me. I'm just saying that if you have your eyes on me 90% of the time, it's probably going to be me who's going to make that mistake.
I hope Strickland's listening to this.
Can you please do this to Sean Strickland? Because on behalf of Australia, we're not big fans of Mr. Strickland, and we would love to see you coming out triumph. It's going to be massive. It's huge. Sydney's Kudos Bank Arena. It's this Sunday, UFC 312. He's fighting Sean Strickland. It's their second fight now. It's live on pay-per-view. At 2 p.m. it starts via main event or KO. But tonight, Friday night, if you're not doing anything, free and open to the public, it is the ceremonial weigh-in. There'll be a few South Africans there tonight following you over here. So, Dricus, we wish you all the best, buddy, and appreciate you coming on the show. We know how busy you are.
Thank you so much for having me. Only a pleasure to be here.
Good luck, mate.
This is the Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Let's talk Michael Jordan. It's probably one of the most recognisable names in the world, isn't it?
Michael.
I mean, he's one. You could consider him the greatest athlete of all time, not just the greatest basketballer. Michael Jordan, he's done it all. His brand is still so strong. He takes home more money now a year than when he was at the peak of his basketball career. Isn't it crazy?
Do you know what? It's like some artists like Kurt Cobain or Elvis Presley making $50 a year since they've died. Do you know what? The kids,
$50 a year,
$50 million
Jesus,
a year,
they're
since
bringing
they've
it
died. Do you know what? It's all Michael Jordan in our house because we love Jordan shoes, right? We love Nike. Anyway, I thought for Ted's birthday I might buy him a signed jersey by Michael Jordan. Had a quick look. They sort of round out between sort of $20,000 and $25,000. I didn't even wear it, mate. He just scribbled on it.
Yeah.
So that got wiped.
Let's talk about Marcus Jordan, his son.
Oh.
Don't give
another MJ.
Don't give your son the same initials as you. I mean,
Marcus.
you got to sort of move him away. That's like, do you know the Bradman children changed their surnames?
Did they?
Yeah. Because it was just too much.
Well,
it was too much when they were growing up and they were younger.
What's Michael Schumacher's son's name? Mick Schumacher. So Michael Schumacher.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, so another Schumacher.
Oh, damn. Okay, so anyway, Marcus, have a listen to this. Marcus has had a big night in Florida, right? He's got a girl in his Lamborghini car.
Here we go.
Cops tried to pull him over for a traffic violation, but he was pretty far ahead. So he's driven off. The cops have lost him, right? Because the Lamborghini was too quick. Then they've got another one. Someone's phoned in and gone, we've found it. He's turned off down a no-through road and he's ended up on the railway tracks. So they've gone down there and there he is on the railway tracks. His car is stuck and they've said, get out of the car, mate. And then Marcus Jordan so they started recording on the body cam and then Marcus Jordan has dropped this.
Bro, I'm Marcus Jordan. I'm Michael Jordan's son. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just trying to get home, and I made a wrong turn.
Oh, no, he's dropped his old man's name, and unfortunately didn't help that he was 3 times over the limit and they found a bag of cocaine in his pocket as well.
I mean, his dad was the master of dribbling, and Marcus was actually dribbling as he was driving. Do you reckon you'd let someone off? If you're a police officer, Fitz, and you pulled them over and it was your favourite celebrity's son, you reckon you'd let them off? Like, who would it be for you? Like Angus Young's son?
What would you... Well, I know him. I know him.
Would you let him off?
He lives in Balmain.
Oh,
he drinks up at a couple of pubs up there.
Mark Rashudo's son.
Well, yeah. Well, what would I want from Mark Rashudo's son?
No, just
what would I want from him?
Your favourite player of all time, like his son. Like, I'm just thinking of the Aussie version.
What would you want from Marcus Jordan?
Well, a signed jersey, so you didn't have to pay $20,000.
Yeah, I suppose.
All right, if you can hit me with a couple of basketballs and a few jerseys, we'll call it a night.
It would be. I mean, the body cams now, you can't get away with anything.
You can't.
It records everything. I mean, there's got to be somehow you can turn off the body cam and say, well, how many jerseys of Dad's he got in the car?
It ran out of batteries.
This is the Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
I'm still standing.
We're on.
Yeah.
All right. It's time for 60-second starts. Kate Ritchie's. I'm still standing. Now.
I'm still standing.
Sydney Water. Filter, treat and test your water at every stage to ensure your drinking water is Sydney's finest drop.
I'm still standing. Actually, Elton John's just brought out a little documentary. He's done an album with a mate of his, Belinda Carlisle, and in the documentary, it's classic Elton.
Yep.
A lot of dummy spits. It'd be hard to record with Elton because he just loses it very quickly.
Yeah, and when he's not spitting the dummy, he is making out like he is God's gift to music, which maybe he is.
Still dandy.
He's amazing. Danielle's back from Blacktown.
Danielle, hello.
Danielle.
All right, this is exciting. Danielle, the money jackpotted because Chrissy had a win over you yesterday, so you return and a chance at $200.
Awesome, thank you.
You are.
Come on, Danielle. You can do this. Believe in yourself.
You can do it. You must do it.
Believe in your family.
I'll try.
Okay, here we go, Danielle. Your 60 seconds starts now. What supermarket has become famous for its middle aisle, Danielle? Middle aisle.
Ooh, Woolworths? Oh, Aldi.
It's Aldi. Bad luck. I'll take Woolworths. It's over to Chrissy. Chrissy, what's bigger, a sperm or humpback whale?
Oh, a sperm.
That is correct. Charlie XCX is headlining what festival this weekend in Australia?
Laneway.
That is correct. Love the Way You Lie is the collab between Rihanna and who?
Eminem.
Yes. What is Colleen Hoover known for?
Vacuuming.
No, she's
Sucking?
an author. Over to Danielle. Danielle, who did Chervo replace on Sunrise in 2023?
Koshu?
Koshi is correct. In which sport would you receive a baggy green when playing for Australia, Danielle?
Come on, Danielle.
Cricket?
That is
Yes.
correct. Route 66 can be found in what country?
There it is.
Hey,
Danielle's got it.
Yes, Danielle. Way!
She's come back and knocked it out of the park. $200, Danielle.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
No, you're the best. You are the best. Well done.
This is the Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
I
We
stand.
can open it like that. Lucky we all caught. Lucky you all rode horses in today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeehaw.
That'll get you going. We'll play a little bit of Lil Nas soon, Tommy.
Oh, yeah, you bet. Lil Nas every day.
Chrissy, there were some negative comments out of your mouth regarding this segment last week, and I will not have a bad word said about riddle time.
Well, I'm going to say them. You may not have them. I will say them.
If you offend me, you offend the other 20 people working in the riddle factory here.
Just get to the riddle, mate.
Sorry,
Just
buddy.
get to the riddle.
Two men are facing in an opposite direction. One due east and the other due west. How do they manage to see each other without walking around, turning around, or moving their heads? I'll go again. Two men
They
are...
were both looking at a compass.
No. Two men are facing in opposite directions. One due east and one due west. How do they manage to see each other without walking around, turning around, or moving their heads?
What,
They,
their names were due east and due west?
No.
They looked into a mirror, which is what I suggest you do to yourself. Have a good hard look and
They
ask, what are you doing
They
now?
keep breaking on me. No, that is not the answer. No mirrors involved, no trick photography, no cameras, no reflections. Which is something I would suggest you should invest in, Chrissy. Some more time reflecting.
I don't know. I couldn't despise this more.
Two men are facing in opposite
No, we
directions.
heard you. What's the answer?
Two men are facing in opposite directions. I'm spelling it out for you.
Oh, they were looking at each other.
Yes, Tom, they're facing each other. You fools, you riddle fools.
So because they were looking in opposite directions.
Yeah.
So
How
they're
long
looking
have we got till this is over?
No, you're going to get one here. All right, I'm going to dumb it down for you, Chrissy. Good luck. What is shaped like a box, has no feet, and runs up and down?
A box.
No.
Has no feet.
What is shaped like a box, has no feet, and runs up and down?
A dumbwaiter?
No.
Runs up and down like
Yeah.
an angle, like the angle of the runs. What runs up and down?
Like an hourglass or something time
No,
related?
Chrissy,
Oh, I know. A pair of stockings?
no.
Oh,
You've already used one today, Chrissy, and you use another one when you leave the building. What is shaped like a box, has no feet, and runs up and down? I'll tell you what.
A car?
We're on level 5.
A lift.
Thank you! An elevator! That's good, Tom.
Yeah, that's a real thinker.
It's not really. That was an easy one. Hey, guys, if you don't know the riddle, doesn't mean you hate the game. Everyone else is playing along in the car, yelling at their radio.
You
going,
bet.
great riddle, Whip.
Yep.
You got it, mate. You stumped them.
Do we get Mandy on?
Is that
I
what
like
they're
that one.
saying?
Yeah, they are. I heard them. Okay. Put on your Whip.
I'd like some evidence of that.
Love your work, Whip. Here we go. What can you keep? What can you keep after giving to someone? What is it that you can keep after giving to someone? Tom's nodding his head.
Yeah, I
Thank
think
you.
I think I've got it.
Thanks.
No.
Your word?
Chrissy Swan.
No. Yes.
See what I mean? How good does that feel?
Oh, now I feel. I know
Okay.
what you mean. It does feel good.
I've tickled you. Mandy and Mascot, you got a riddle?
I certainly have.
All right, go for it.
Right, you heard me before, yet you hear me again. Then I die, till you call me again. What am I?
Are you
God.
Yeah,
Are you on the toilet, Mandy?
I'm in the toilet.
Of course you are. Can you read it? Can you do it again, just in a bit clearer?
You heard me before,
Heard me before.
yet you hear me again.
Hear me again.
Then I die till you call me again. What am I?
The battery?
No?
Then I die, and then you call me again.
Do you want me to give you a clue?
Yeah, give me a clue.
Hello, hello.
Oh,
hello.
an echo. An echo.
And then...
Oh, and a little face smash on the end there from Mandy. Little face smash.
Prizes in the pause. Thanks, Mandy. Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Love you.
This is the Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
You've been hit by a dumb criminal.
Now, this is unbelievable. Man's been arrested in the States. This surprises me because America is such a... I mean, they've got their heads switched on over there, haven't they? I mean, it's just... They know what they're doing. This is in... Salt Lake City in Utah. A Utah man has been arrested. Okay, so him and his mate were around the back shed and they were having a couple of doobies.
Do we have any Doobie Brothers to celebrate?
Oh,
I've been
God.
trying to get it in for weeks. Oh.
We don't do the Doobie
I've got
Brothers.
some Cypress Hill for you. Can I have some Cypress Hill, Jess?
Oh, yeah.
Ah. Sample of Dusty Springfield in there, obviously. Son of a
Ashton Man and his mate Craig were out in the back shed having a couple of doobies, and Craig said to Ashton, "I can dodge a bullet." Ashton said, "All right."
Oh, my God. I think I know where this is going. Oh, my God.
You can't be that dumb.
No.
Ashton Man is facing charges now that include felony manslaughter for shooting his friend in the shed.
You've been hit by a dumb criminal.
But he said he'd dodge it, Your Honour. Like, it's not my fault.
Your Honor, he said that he could dodge a bullet, and I believed him. He's my brother, man.
The 23-year-old told police that they unloaded the guns, that they unloaded the gun that he was using, but one of the guns ended up firing and struck the friend in the chest while he was trying to jump out of the way.
Bad news.
He was halfway out. I mean, it was a close call. Unfortunately, it clipped him. Haven't you seen those people that try and do it with a bow and arrow? They go, I can catch the arrow.
Guys,
Straight through your hand.
Can I humbly request?
Yep.
This is the second very disturbing and sad story that you... Can I suggest we save this stuff for, like, podcast extra stuff?
No, you're not happy with
play
it
it on Friday, the most fun, exciting day of the year, of the week.
Something a bit funny about it.
It's a great lesson for all kids out there.
What's
you can't
that?
dodge
Yeah.
a bullet.
No.
There's an educational element to it, Chrissy, that I'm trying to focus on. You're trying to stick it into a podcast.
Tommy, for commercial radio purposes, should we set up Fitzy?
Yes.
I will get a paintball gun.
Okay.
And see if he can catch the paintball.
Yeah,
I didn't
love
say
that.
catch. He said dodge.
Dodge.
I could dodge it.
All right, let's see if you can dodge a paintball gun. We'll do that Monday. Lock that in,
lock
please.
that in.
Oh, my God.
All right, that is it.
Are we taking your kidney out as well? On
Yeah,
Monday?
we're selling
So
that.
it's gonna be
We're putting a pig's one in. It's going to be a really weird show.
It's going to be a very, very interesting 3 hours.
I don't think I'll turn up.
Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.